So Sani tells China to be cautious in approving loans for Nigeria. Sani urged China to grant only loans that will stimulate development in the country. Sani also proposed that loans that are being sourced from China must be the ones that will have direct impact on the economy of the country. He made the appeal while speaking at a roundtable organized by the Center for China Studies in Abuja on Wednesday, November 16, 2022. The event themed 20th National Congress of CPC, Outcomes and Significance for Nigeria and Africa. Also had in attendance the director of the CCS, Charles Onunaiju, and other stakeholders. Sani, who commended China for its developmental stride in Nigeria and Africa at large, cautioned the Asian giant that Nigeria was already burdened by heavy loan profile. Hence, only loans that will stimulate development should be encouraged henceforth. Sani's words, it is important that as much as your country wants to support to ensure that our projects are being executed, also be mindful that those in government are there for a period of time. Loans that are being sourced from your country should be the ones that are most important, the ones that will have a direct impact on the economy of our country. You can help our debt profile, and you can do that through those who come to you. Always have the courage to tell them the truth. The senator also appealed to the ruling Chinese Communist Party to invite leaders of Nigeria's political parties to its next Congress for them to learn how the Chinese are using the platform to drive development in their country. Sani swears, there are a lot of things we can learn from China because we are different politically. The CPC meets every 5 years to evaluate the last 5 years and what will happen in the next 5 years. Nigerian politicians only meet every 4 years for elections. We don't even know the model to copy. Our idea of governance is simply getting into power, inviting our friends and family, and creating a semblance of the representation of the people and starting a government. Onunaiju calls for seriousness. On his part, Onunaiju said party Congress should focus on solving problems and not a jamboree. Onunaju's words, it is not about candidates emerging. Of course, such issues are resolved, but more importantly, Congresses are a platform to think, to reflect on how far they have gone, and then identify challenges and design the next course of action. Wow, this is a very good one that Sani is trying to talk sense into the Chinese. When they're giving Nigerian loans, they give Nigerian loans indiscriminately. But I tell you, China knows what they're doing. They're super intelligent. They are more intelligent than we are. They are more committed. They are more developed than we are, both mentally. They have a focus. They have a plan. They have a blueprint. They have agenda, and they know they have direction. So, and they can never be derailed. All right. So, in this conference that they had, Shehu Sani was in attendance and is there telling them, all right, how loans should be disbursed to Nigeria. Already, right now, the amount of money that Nigeria has borrowed from China, even our great-grandchildren will not be able to pay. And China is happy doing that. Thank God Shehu Sani is mentioning all of this in this conference at Abuja, which is called the Center for China Studies. All right? Thank God Shehu Sani is saying all of this to them, that you don't just give loan indiscriminately. You give loan that you know is going to be centered and be used for development and direct impact in the economy. Nigerians take loans to go construct road. They take loans to go construct railway. How much is that going to, will those projects pay itself back? We don't know. Now, the same way, because of corruption in Nigerian government, by the time they award those projects as well, the markups in those projects, they inflate the cost. Everybody has a share. Everybody want to get something from every project. At the end of the day, a project that should cost, let's say, $1 million, will end up costing $2 million or $3 million. Everybody will cut out. At the end of the day, the project will not be completed. It will become an abandoned project. That is why we have a lot of abandoned projects in Nigeria, especially road construction projects. So Sani is now trying to let them know that any money you are giving Nigeria as a loan, because we already have a very heavy loan burden, very heavy loan profile, make sure you are giving them money that will be used directly on the economy, so that they can go there, and then the money can pay itself back, and then will get profit. That is how to do a business. You don't collect loan to consume. You collect loan to invest, and then the investment will in turn pay the loan back, and then you also get a profit. That is how to collect loan. Unfortunately, the Nigerian government doesn't do that. Like I was saying initially, the Chinese, they are also doing that, intentionally, because there's a Chinese drive to recolonize the whole of Africa, not just Nigeria. All right. When they enter Nigeria, they also enter some other West African countries along the Atlantic coast, and that is what they're doing. They will give you a loan that you will not be able to pay, and at a time when you are no longer able to pay, they will take over that project, and then they will begin to run it. And then in taking over that project, they will bring their own army, they will bring their own police, and they will tell you they are bringing it for their people to be able to manage themselves. Just like in Nigeria now, they are now building their own police station. How can China be building their own police station in Nigeria? United States, United Kingdom has not even done that. And the Nigerian government is very insensitive about it. You understand? So China is doing a drive. It's a competition between the East and the West. It's a competition between the Asians and the Americans. Because anywhere America has a stake today, China wants to go there and recolonize such places and collect whatever they have there. So that is what I see. They are parceling out Africa for themselves. China is coming in a very subtle manner, like a charity organization, but not really a charity organization, because indeed Chinese, they are communists and they are capitalists. They don't care. They are shishi, not a fall. They are shishi, not they go free to anybody. You must pay back every dime that you are owing them. And if you cannot pay them back, they will take over whatever asset they have built or developed for you. And that is what they are already doing. Now they are championing all the railway projects in Nigeria. They are championing so many road constructions in Nigeria. So at the end of the day, they will come here and they will take over. Now they are also taking over the manufacturing sector. Because if you come to Lagos, most of the things they are producing, they are now producing them here. They now have factories both in Lagos, some are there in Benin, in Edo State, some are there in Ogun State. So they are putting factories everywhere. So they are not just into construction alone, they are also into manufacturing here in Nigeria. Now they have also started buying oil fields. They started dragging the oil fields with Americans and the French in Nigeria. Because we have a lot of oil fields in Nigeria, some are owned by Americans, some are owned by the French. All right. So now they are coming to buy marginal fields in Nigeria. Marginal fields are those small oil fields that are right on the creeks or on mainland. All right. So now they are buying oil fields. They also want to go into the oil. So at the end of the day, the kind of money that Chinese they are giving Nigeria, at the end of the day, they will practically own our economy in totality, and we will not be able to breathe anymore. There's nobody that owns China that goes free. You understand? So thank God that Sani, in this conference they had in Abuja, they call it Center for China Studies. So they have gone there now to discuss, and Sani had told them, stop giving Nigerians anyhow loan. Stop giving Nigeria loans recklessly. Give them loans that will go directly into the economy. Call them and then call Nigerian leaders before you give them loan. Ask them pertinent questions. What are you doing with this money? When are you paying back? How are you going to pay back? But I believe you me, China will not do that. China will give Nigeria loans that will trap Nigeria completely. and then they will have opportunity to take over. Because in military, in technology, in government, in science, in everything, they are better than Nigeria. In fact, China is actually a first world country now, competing with Russia, United States, and United Kingdom, and Australia, and France. So who is Nigeria to cough when China gets angry? And we are getting there closely, where China will take over Nigeria, because they're already there. They've taken over the road construction, they've taken over construction of other infrastructure like railway, even construction of airport facilities. Now they have gone into manufacturing in Nigeria. Now they are also buying some marginal oil fields in Nigeria. So at the end of the day, China will own Nigeria completely. The loan burden that Buhari and his administration has taken from China, we can't pay, our grandchildren can't pay. I don't know how that is going to be paid back. And Nigeria government is so shamelessly still asking for more when they have not paid the ones they have taken, and they don't even have a concrete plan to pay back the ones that they have taken. Is it not slavery that we're going into under China? That is what it is. Let's get ready. We don't near the place already. So thank you for listening, and let's understand the mortgage that the Nigerian government is mortgaging the country Nigeria into the hands of Chinese or the Chinese.